What's up, guys? Justin Morgan here, carved up vegan muscle, and Anita just finished her workout, and I was like, hey, let's do our video, because I haven't been making videos like all week long, or, you know, I got back from vacation over a week ago, and I just kind of have been taking it easy, getting used to working again and lifting again, because I took a few weeks off there, and we wanted to do a review on the Carnival Cruise Line vegan options, though, that was there. And I am going to be periodically over the course of this video throwing up the pictures of the foods that we were able to get and what we saw. And we did have a lot of options. It was really, really great in that way. And I think, you know, I've really been like trying to do a rating system. So if I said like if I was going to give it like 5 stars or, you know, 4.5 stars, 3.5 stars, and you know, I can't give it 5 stars, and if I were to give it a 5-star rating for the vegan options on the Carnival Cruise Lines, it would be because they were able to give me everything available that mimicked what other people got. So by me not giving it a 5-star rating, that would be perfect, and it was not perfect, but it was very good. So I've kind of been debating between a 3.5 and a 4-star rating.
Yeah.
And, you know, so I was going more with the 3.5-star rating to get it. And I'll show you the pictures. Like I said, I'll be throwing them up periodically of the meals that we were able to make or get. And one thing, the very first night that when we got there, I think we made a really good decision in that we went directly to the dining room, and we immediately told them what our diet was. You know, we're vegans. And they were really accommodating. You feel the same?
Yeah, absolutely. It was a little nerve-wracking because as we were planning the trip, Carnival would call every single time I logged into the website, and more than once I asked when they called, do you guys have an option for vegans? Like, is there anything that we're going to be able to eat? And all they could tell us was, when you go in, ask for the spa menu. That was no promise, and it was an allergy menu, which meant...
You know what? I never heard of the spa menu.
No, neither did I.
It was not on the boat at all.
So, honestly, I think the spa menu really was the regular menu, and then they would try to accommodate, and I think that is what we got.
Yeah, and they were very accommodating, so, like, they would always find us something. So if they had, like, 4 or 5 different options you could get that night, there would always be a vegetarian option, but... it wasn't necessarily always vegan, so, but
usually it wasn't vegan. They had to specifically make our soups. They had to, we had some really hot stuffed peppers one day.
Yeah, that blew me up. I got a whole pepper. I was like crying and like trying to
I didn't
do
even
things.
eat half of it. That was probably the worst meal the whole trip, which is saying something. It was all 5 days, so, but...
It tasted good.
Yeah,
it wasn't bad because it didn't taste good. It was bad because it was hot, and
it was too hot. It didn't taste good to me.
We're not like hot eaters. No. But the one thing I think that I messed up on, the only time I ate a non-vegan product during the cruise was a soup that they made, and that was like some kind of mango soup, and they put in this little Jello,
like a gelatin
thing. Sorry. And I thought it was like mango puree, and I just mushed it up into the soup because it was a mango soup. I thought it was mango puree, but
they knew that we were vegan. You thought, but you know, maybe that's
well, in a lot of cases, you could just trust that they knew what vegan was, and they knew that there's no milk, no dairy. I think the Jello one that got them. They didn't know that.
Yeah, and the other thing that we had to watch out for was. The buffet lines on the Lido deck, which is like the main deck where all the activities and stuff are, we had to stop and ask them more than once. And at one point I remember asking, you know, is this vegan? Does it have no animal products? And, you know, most of them don't speak very good English. And they were like, yeah, this is very good, very good. And I was like, okay, but can I eat it? It has no milk, it has no cheese, no anything like that. I'm like, yeah. And I was getting ready to scoop it. I was like, wait. Butter, lots of butter. And I was like, oh. So, I mean, they tried to watch out for you, but, I mean, they made their mistakes, too. It just...
Yeah, that was one thing I really liked. For the most part, nobody was like...
They didn't think we were weird.
They didn't try to, like, come up with answers. They just... If you asked them, they were like, I don't know. You know,
that's true.
They would go find someone, but they didn't, like, just guess at, yeah, it is or it isn't vegan.
And I never felt like they were like, they thought that, like I said, they didn't think we were weird. They just, it was what it was, and they treated us with respect. And by the end of it, we had a few of the servers and waiters who knew what to expect. They came in and immediately took the butter from the table and didn't offer us any of the bread that we couldn't have, things like that. And I thought that was actually pretty cool of it.
We had one server that was really good named Maribel.
She was awesome.
And she like was really accommodating. She like went way out of her way to try to make sure we had like everything we wanted. So they had a really difficult time with the chocolate melting cake.
Which she said that we could have. We wouldn't have thought that we
we wouldn't have even asked because we wouldn't have thought it was possible. But like she was like, yeah, I've gotten it for people before, we'll get it. And then like they ended up, other servers was like, no, you can't do that. It has milk in it, you can't, no.
Yeah, just no.
But then the last night we had her again, she like, we didn't know what we get because we just thought, you know, you can't get that. And she came out with that melting cake and I was like, we made it just for you, it's special.
Yeah.
And so like maybe the apple pie that they made.
Which was wonderful. It was great. So good.
But it was just like baked apples with like a crust on top. We couldn't get the normal crust.
Right.
Which, I mean, I didn't care anyways. Like at that point we were just like, whatever dessert, you know, you have, go ahead and bring it on out. And so, you know, that was pretty much it. We had a great time on the cruise. We went to several different destinations, but the two that we went to was the Cayman Islands and then Cozumel, Mexico. And we didn't eat in the Cayman Islands.
No.
But we did eat in Cozumel, and we went to a place called Passion Island, which was a great destination. It was just like a sandy beach. And I ended up injuring myself while I was there again. As if I haven't had enough injuries so far. Like I tried to run from this.
Have you ever seen the show Wipeout?
Yeah, it was a lot like Wipeout. Yeah. Like I was trying to run across
he wiped
this
out.
thing. I ended up falling and like busting my knee.
He twisted it at an angle.
Yeah, and it still kind of hurts now to squat and stuff. But I'm just kind of doing higher rep stuff and getting through it. And I'll be posting some training videos from last week. I ended up, when I came back, as if the back injury, the knee injury wasn't enough. I got sick when I got back. I had like bronchitis or something. I was out for a few days. And but when we were at Passion Island, I ended up going up and speaking to the guys. They had like a food buffet there for us, and they had like a black bean thing. They had rice and beans. Their tortilla shells, and they had guacamole, and then they had like fruit. You could get cactus as a thing. I've never had it before, and it wasn't that good, but it looked really good. So we had like for fruit, we had a lot of watermelon, and I mentioned that there was cactus, there was cantaloupe, and a few other fruits.
Pineapple, I think.
Yeah, pineapple, tomatoes, to go with the burritos and stuff like that. And then we had like virgin
margaritas.
Virgin margaritas and virgin drinks. So it was a good time. We had a really great time. We went with our friends Rob and Michelle. You'll probably see them in some of the videos. I made that post on Facebook. What vegans eat in the Caribbean. But Michelle was trying to like feed me a big thing of seaweed.
I think one thing that you missed on the Passion Island that I thought was funny is the first thing that Justin did was ask, what is the word for vegan in Spanish? And they're like, what are you talking about? It took them... Yeah, there's like no word for it.
Como se dice vegan en español? And like, what is that? We don't have a word for that. I don't know what you're talking about. And I say no carne y no leche. And I was trying to communicate as best as I could. And the chef came out and he actually just spoke really good English. So
yeah,
he was like, yeah, there's a word for it, but it's really long.
It's really long.
Don't even worry about it. And that was it. So I didn't really have anything else. Like I said, I gave it 3.5 stars, and for me, that's a really good rating.
I would agree with that. I was just happy that we had options that was more than salad and fruit all week. I knew going in we would have salad and fruit. I'm just glad that was not all of it.
So you'll see in the videos we had some room service that we ordered. We went to the dining room a lot. Some of the things we made our own meals with on the Lido deck, which is like a cafeteria type kind of setting. You kind of go up and serve yourself. There was a place called Mongolian Wok, and you kind of picked out things, and they also knew like She wanted a black bean sauce, and he's like, no, it has milk in it. So like they kind of knew what was in stuff. So it was really good. I recommend it if you're thinking about doing that. It's kind of expensive, so
it's kind of expensive, but it's kind of worth it. And I think that
we planned it 2 years out ahead of time. So
that, and I think that the reason I thought we should do this video, or that he should do this video, he included me, was that when I was researching, there was no information about, if vegans had been on this cruise, or I couldn't find anything, so I thought it'd be good to try to...
Yeah, we knew like they had the vegan cruises where it was like specifically a vegan cruise, but we didn't know if like a regular cruise catered to us that way.
And we were going with non-vegan friends.
Yeah.
So
like Michelle's she's a vegetarian, and Rob's a
meat eater.
Yeah, he eats pretty much whatever. So, all right, that's it, guys. Take it easy, and we will talk to you in that next video, or at least I will. Anita might sometime here in the near future. She has plans on competing, doing some stuff too. So, she's also some carved up vegan muscle. You can check her out. She periodically, occasionally, maybe once a month or so, uploads a video as the Book Nerd Lifter Girl on YouTube, and she also has a website. So.
I have a blog. It's www.iloves2read@blogspot.com. Sorry.
I'll post a link. Don't worry about it. It's in the description box. Take it easy, and we'll talk to you guys next time.